Jumbie business got me really going crazy. More so now I'm living all alone. Afraid that when I lie down, a Jumbie woman might come, disrupt me life and the entire home. Jumbie people, all in the mark. Jumbie manager, squeezing his daughter. There is a jump living inside. This tea, breakfast and dinner is rum and Coca-Cola. For back pay I sweat, this payback I get. Then say me go, Jumbie Lego. Daniel Pasta, 128. Then say me go, Jumbie Lego. On the phone with your secret lover, the lines crossing with one another. Then say me no, Jumbie Lego.
WEFM, the new fresh sound.
WhatsApp us or call us at 457-9997. Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
All right, so we are back with you for another commentary segment on today's Activated Mornings program. You have in studio Dianna, Cain, and myself, Roleza Samuel, and we are here to keep your company as you get ready for work or as you are on your way to work and school. Yes, we are here to keep your company, all right? I'm not sure how I feel about all this Jumbie talk today, though. You know, it's always like when I even watching the documentaries and these things with serial killers and so forth. Like once sun starts to set, I thought, I don't look at them any nights. So
too.
I think that's enough Jumbie talking for today. Okay. All right. So we are going to jump into some other stories at this time. First off, we need to give commendations and congratulations to SOP Dr. Camissia Blake. And she is the first female police officer in the force to attain a PhD. All right. I really should have had the sound if the applause effects, and I keep forgetting to line these things up, right? But in a release from the police force, the RSVGPF has announced that Superintendent Camissia Blake has become the first police officer in the organization to attain a Doctor of Philosophy degree. In the October 31st release, the RSVGPF said this moment marks a significant milestone in RSVGPF history as Dr. Blake becomes the first police officer in the organization to attain that doctorate. All right. So Dr. Blake's accomplishment exemplifies the RSVGPF's dedication to fostering a culture of excellence and continuous growth. Her commitment to education and professional development reflects the evolving landscape of modern policing, where strategic insight and scientific approaches are vital in meeting today's complex challenges. All right, so just to give a bit of an educational background related to Dr. Blake, she holds a Bachelor of Science degree in philosophy, that's a special, from UE, Cave-Hill, a Master of Science in Forensic Psychology from the University of Portsmouth, a Master of Science in Criminology and Criminal Justice from UE, St. Augustine Campus, an MPhil in Criminal Justice from Waldron University, and now a PhD in Criminal Justice with specialization in Justice Administration from Waldron University. She's also a certified forensic psychologist accredited by the British Psychological Association. All right. So special congrats to Camissia. And I'm saying Camissia, not Dr. Blake, because I've known her since I taught her in convent school. I taught her as a student at convent. And Camissia was always one of those persons who exemplified maturity from a very early age. I'm not sure if she remembers this, but I just shared this little story. There was a time when returning from the Christmas vacation. So you're going through test papers and so forth with the students, right? I was a hard teacher. I used to mark hard. I will admit I used to mark hard. And the reason why I used to mark hard is because I didn't want for them to do nonsense at CXC time, right?
Okay.
And I remember that day when I was going through, it was English Lit. I was going through the corrections with them and explaining certain things to them, etc. And the whole class in uproar. The whole class is in uproar because they're upset with me. They're upset with me with the marks and everything, right? And it was one of the challenging times for me as a teacher where I felt a little defeated because I'm trying to get them to understand. So I had to go outside and I had to breathe for a little bit because I couldn't blow up at these students, right? I went outside and I breathed a little bit. And Camicia stood up and she said, all you need to quiet down. Miss trying to explain this thing for us for our own good, right? So it's when she got up and she said that, and she got the class to quieten down, and then I came back inside. And I don't know if she remembers it, but it was always one of those things that stood out for me and reminded me of her maturity, or let me know from a very early age the type of person who she was and who she can possibly become. And this is what this is that I'm seeing here in terms of how many accomplishments at this time. So to you, Camicia, hats off to you, a past student of the St. Joseph Convent School. Yeah, no convent go on big up right now. So big up to all the students at St. Joseph's Convent. So congratulations to her.
I believe she will be commissioner one day. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, man. I know many persons have expressed that same view. And it's left to be seen. It's left to be seen. But in terms of her academics as well as her on-the-job training, she is well in a position to become such. So, we just never know, right? We just never know.
Can see.
All right. We also have to give commendations very quickly to Darren Andrews, who yesterday, he's a cultural ambassador. And he also donated or handed over $15,000 worth of supplies to mothers at the maternity B ward or the MAT B ward at Milton Caton Memorial Hospital. All right. And this was actually from proceeds of his Love Notes event. This was Love and Laughter show featuring Jamaican comedian Oliver Samuels. So Mr. Andrews expressed gratitude to patrons, sponsors, and other supporters of this show. All right. So one of the reasons why I'm highlighting this is that, sometimes you go to these events and they say proceeds will go towards such and such.
Yes.
And you don't always hear of it actually happening. Now, maybe it does happen. And persons who are the recipients of them do not want for it to be advertised or for them to be publicized, right? But in this case, we're actually seeing that proceeds did go towards where it is that they said that it was going to go, or even if they didn't state it, for us to know that when we participate in certain events and activities, that part of the proceeds will go towards to goodwill measures. All right. Yes. So special congrats as well to Mr. Darren Andrews and $15,000 is not fair because he could have pocketed that money. Yeah. $15,000 worth of supplies is enough. So congrats to him and to the patrons who attended the show, as well as other sponsors and other supporters of that event.
Yeah. I don't know if this is applause, and I'm going to try it and see.
All right. Oh, there we go. So that's for Darren and Camicia. All right. So jumping into our other...
Wait, before we go, sorry, I want to big up Nurse Cyrus as well. She was the first. She's the first Vincentian to complete a postgraduate diploma in pediatric nursing. She has dealt with my son on the pediatric ward, and she is indeed an amazing nurse. I have no complaints. So Nurse Cyrus, come let me play the thing. Yeah, big up yourself, nurse.
All right. So those are Vincies who are excelling and should get special mention and commendations. All right. So we're on very quickly to another topic. We're not going to delve too much into it. This weekend, the Cannabliss, starting from today, the Cannabliss Festival has begun. All right. And I know that this is a bit of a topical topic, yes, for want of not finding a better word quickly enough. All right. Amongst many persons here in SVG. All right. So the Cannabliss Festival is a 3-day event and it's beginning today. And the activity will promote inclusivity and raise awareness about the cannabis plants, diverse benefits and uses. There will be a daily expo. Visitors can explore a variety of cannabis-related products and locally produced goods presented by over 30 unique vendors offering insights into the industry and community-based products. Traditional Cultivators Village will also be there, a hub of authentic cannabis culture featuring the ITIL Fest family and other traditional cultivators who will showcase heritage practices and serve authentic ITIL cuisine. There will be daily conferences and educational sessions on cannabis cultivation, medicinal benefits, and usage led by industry experts and advocates. I know that the event culminates with a concert of featuring several reggae artists, several local and regional artists. All right. So the Cannabliss Festival is happening. Meanwhile, the Cannabliss Festival is happening over in Barbados. Right. The Rastafari Cannabis writes their case has been delayed and it's back in frustration. Now, regarding their situation, a constitutional challenge over Rastafarians' rights to use cannabis in religious ceremonies has been adjourned for nearly 3 months, just 2 days into proceedings in the High Court in what the claimant has called disheartening development. Now, what it is that they are saying, the Rastafari, what is you tell me? Rastafari, right? Yeah. They're saying that the 2019 Sacramento Cannabis Act, which only allows for cannabis to be smoked within registered places of worship, is in breach of their constitutional rights, right? They said that they should be permitted to smoke marijuana while conducting religious ceremonies in their own home. All right, so there is a lot of debate on it. My opinion since the beginning has been, let me not say it on air because it might come out sound a little bit harsh, right? But it is one of those situations where it is a topic of debate, right? And rightly so. Given that we know that there are certain laws in place, yes, I know, and don't start nobody start. I know that there is a difference between medicinal marijuana and marijuana being used for recreational purposes. But I also do know that the traditional marijuana farmers for years have also been advocating the use of marijuana for medicinal purposes, all right? Not just in their religious beliefs and not just for recreational uses. Yes, we know of the stigma that is attached or that has been attached to it over the decades and the role that it has played in contributing to crime and the drug trade, right? The illegal drug trade, right? But I think that at this time is a little bit tricky. Right at this time, it's a little bit tricky, and maybe here is where I would end my commentary.
I so want to hear it, but okay. As for me, I'm just still wondering why marijuana is illegal. Interesting. So I went to Google, because I wanted to know what makes a drug illegal. Even though I am like many other persons, I don't consider marijuana a drug; it's a herb. But so I was wondering what makes a drug illegal, and the internet says drugs are illegal if the government has included them in their laws on controlled substances. So I know that many persons don't like the marijuana, they don't like the smoking, which I understand, and this is not something that I've just been thinking about. For the longest while, I've been wondering why you would have this product illegal, because it seems it has a lot of benefits. And you look now, the people have come and said, oh, it does have these benefits, and now we're going to use it for medicine. So why is it still illegal?
Yeah, but who is the people who have come now and said it? I think it's the people who have now come and said it is where it is
that's the issue.
That we have the issue, because it has been advocated for years, for decades, by persons stating the health benefits, etc. But
here we are in this 21st century with this this substance. I think that the negative stigma that has been, part of the negative stigma comes from the non-Rastafarians that have smoked marijuana. I would say that, in my opinion, because Rastafarians, the persons who actually practice that, From what I understand, they don't necessarily smoke the marijuana or consider the marijuana in the way that the average men, let me use this, the boys on the block, the average boys on the block. So I think that the negative thing that it has came from them as well as...
Because they use it as part of their religion.
Yes.
As opposed to just, you know, right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
but
they understand. I think they understand it a lot better than most of the persons who just smoke it casually.
Yeah. All right. So yes, the Cannabliss Festival is happening now. This conversation that Dianna and myself we've been having is not to knock the festival, right? Because there are conferences that are going to happen. There are sessions, question and answer sessions that's going to be taking place. So for those of you who may have a particular opinion or just want to learn a bit more in terms of the medicinal aspects of it, or even other questions that you wish to pose, because the traditional farmers will also be there. There would be a hub for them as well. You can attend the festival and put your questions or ask your questions, right? So I think maybe knowledge is power in this case. And and not to just completely knock something just because of what we have been exposed to or we've been told over the decades, you can go and find out the information for yourself and pose the questions to the relevant persons who would be in a position to, or should be in a position to answer your questions. All right. So I think it might be the first type of event happening here within the Caribbean to this extent. And there have been several persons who are already on island to attend this event. So we're wishing it much success, right? But I know that locally, the conversation has to continue with this, especially as it regards to our laws, right? Our current laws that are in place.
Yes.
All righty. So the time here in SVG, it is 8:03, and our time check came to you with the compliments of New Haven Funeral